the last 30 days for Mister Rogers' Neighborhood. He's been
Mind you, we got a deal done. I got a
he's
deal done with that guy.
he made a move with the terrorist as well.
Yeah.
And he's been quietly building an arsenal over there. That looks pretty good on paper right now. So hoping he can
Yeah,
hump in
Cornell
here.
looking to win another paper championship. I mean, this one will be interesting, to see what happens. Uh,
Let's
but
hold tight. Let's hold tight until he hops in here. I think it's only fair. He's watching from the sidelines right now. Hoping we maybe get the Dodge father in here or trust the process. Maybe we can peer pressure, trust the process into making a trade. I think he's gone tradeless this offseason so far. It's early still, but nothing on the board for Mr. Noah Furrow.
I just do wanna bring up one little data point that the good folks at the old, Meat Market Fantasy Network analytics team were able to pull up, but we got Riley Gary with a 66% win percentage in trades.
There we go. Now we
There
need.
he is.
Hey, Cam. No Linux systems over here, just Apple's finest, baby.
That wasn't me, Nick. That was Locke. I think you must have got the audio switched up, but good to see you,
Whatever.
brother.
Good to
Uh
see you.
we were just talking about how we got some deals done.
Mhm.
Scottsdale, I think is your where are you at right now? I mean, the rebuild that you've been putting together or the reload perhaps, and the draft right around the corner. Where's your front office at?
We're happy with the guys we're going to put out there on the field. It was nice to get a little bit of draft capital in this draft, kind of in the end of the first round. I think there's some guys in there that could be kind of sneaky. I think this will be one of the drafts where the guys that surprise you will be the guys you never really expected. Maybe a few around that spot, but we're taking some bets on our neighborhood felon over there in Kansas City. See if he can put together something longer than a jail sentence. But that acquiring Jackson Dart, feeling pretty good about him and Neighbors stacking up together, and then traded away Kenneth Walker for Brees. Lateral move, probably in most sense. Could have asked a little bit more from Locke, but I'd been on that train for far too long. So I've had it, brother. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, makes sense to pull the eject cord while you can. I mean, at the time, I think it was on paper, it was a win for you, and now keep trade cuts saying otherwise. But there's hype involved in
The
some
fuck do those
inflation.
guys know?
Yeah, exactly. They're just internet nerds. Brees Hall, I think it's a lateral move, but you get younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, acquiring Rasheed Rice. I don't remember. I think he had like Jordan Addison or Devontae Adams in that wide receiver spot. So now you got Rasheed. That looks good. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a reload if I've ever seen one. And to somehow walk away with the 112, gotta clap it up for you, man. It's been going quiet in the chat. I don't think anyone's realized because now my gears have switched. And last year I was telling everyone, watch out, Lark's coming. I'm switching gears here. Everyone, watch out. Mr. Rogers is in your neighborhood. I wouldn't be shocked if he's in the championship at some point this season or next.
I
Um,
agree with that take. I agree with that take. I will say with what he's put together in the last couple weeks, I think he's a contender. But the fall off of one Kyle Lark will need to be studied and documented, and I'll be here to do it for you. So just stick around for that. More on that later. But you were saying, Butch?
I actually was gonna segue to Lark, and I was assuming he wasn't gonna hop in here. He only shows face if he's hoisting up the trophy. So, how do you think he feels about Puka Nakua's off the field issues? Is it smoke? Is it fire? I haven't read a lot into it, but I did see him front row at a UFC fight. I was watching on my television screen, and he was off the rails for sure. A little bit of a Antonio Brown-esque activity going on. What do you guys think's going on with Puka Nacua? He's hinted at retiring early. Now the off-field issues come. Is it going to be a problem?
you know, Mormonism and CTE, a combo we have yet to see. So this will be an interesting little case study. But I think the little Mormon boy finally got out of BYU. Could do a little bit more than soaking and drinking his NA beers. So I think he's just living it up a little. Hope he doesn't continue biting people. That one's a little weird. But, you know, NFL's looked past worse.
That is true. I would say that there are receivers out there in the past that have done worse and had Hall of Fame-esque careers. We'll see. Just something to note on the championship
Hey, Fernell, by
team's
the way,
roster.
speaking of, criminals and cases potentially being dismissed, I think before that deal that we got done, Rashi Rice, it was unclear if he was going to be suspended or not. And I'm sure you're aware now he's not. I'm just wondering if you'd be willing to give me a little loan on that because that's some value deferred. And I feel like a complimentary 28, third or fourth is the least you could do.
Uh-huh. Yeah. We could talk about that. Initial answer is no. No, should have had an ear to the ground a little bit earlier on that one, but no. I just like it helps, but Rasheed Rice is still Rasheed Rice. So we'll see. It's a big risk to be throwing there. And you basically got him for Baker. So hopefully him and Ibuka can help you not come in last again. So,
Yeah,
see what you can do
pile
over
on the
there.
jokes while you can. My team's young. And
Best quarterback league in the best quarterback room in the league.
there's a lot of sarcasm going around about what my team's done, but I can tell you one thing, Nick, that a lot of managers can't say. I can't wait to roll that team out there on Sundays. It's a band of brothers. It's a band of misfits, the round pegs in the square holes, but don't sleep on that team is what I'm saying here. Cause Kyler Murray in Minnesota, Baker, I'm just saying there's an outside chance that's a top 10 QB room. And I think there's going to be, something there for the taking, with this team I put together. So that's all I'm going to say. Sixth place. I don't know.
Trying to squeak into the playoffs there? Bad trades?
I think when's the last time you looked at that roster?
Hey, how's it
Congratulations.
going, Noah?
There he is.
Great to have you. Great to have you. We're just touching on Wildworks team. I got a question for you, Chip. Um, did you see Ian Rappaport post today on the Twitter sphere on X about lo and behold Travis Hunter?
No, I didn't.
Well, we've been hearing the rumors about the whole DB thing, and it was, a report here, an article there. Ian Rappaport posted today and just came out and said, yeah, he's going to be, gadgety on offense and predominantly playing defense. First, like, actual credible report. I have him in other dynasty leagues. How are you feeling hearing the news for the first time? Do you believe it?
Well, honestly, I'm not too worried about it. There's a lot of smoke around what Parker Washington might or might not be. At the end of the day, that receiving room is Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers, and Brian Thomas Jr. And if you just go off what they did last year, there's some splashes, but there's nobody there that's a wide receiver one, and you got a player who you spent a top 2 pick on. So they're gonna say a lot of shit, but, I don't think last year they were saying anything about Parker Washington being the wide receiver one, and lo and behold, he was. So let's just see how this whole thing plays out is what I'm saying. You're injury away from a whole entire different world, so, I'm not too worried at this point in time.
Gotcha. Noah, Nick, anything on Travis Hunter?
I mean, he's a freak athlete.
Yeah, I want him to play receiver
For
so
him.
bad.
I mean, everyone wants to see him on offense.
I
Like,
think you could put him at quarterback and you look good. Like he's
it's good for business. Like Roger, Goodell wants him on offense.
good point. Good point. I like that. I like that thought process.
But at the same time, like, I get where they're coming from. I'm kind of with Cam where we're gonna hear a lot of shit. It's year 2. We'll wait and see. I mean, I'm not gonna touch him with a 10-foot pole, but he's a high
Hey, would you
risk.
mind? We're on the public
High
airways. I might be trying to trade him.
risk.
I said, would you mind not tarnishing his value on the airways? He's a great player. You heard what Noah said. Great player. Goodell.
Yep, yep. I mean, I think it's for Dynasty, I mean, where his value is like at right now in the market, I mean, I'd for sure buy him. It's just no one who has him is going to sell him for that price right now. Maybe year 3, maybe year 4. Speaking of the Jags, there was a trade with Parker Washington that went down. There was about 20 trades that happened over the last month. I don't know if you guys noticed. I was scrolling through them earlier and didn't realize all these transactions. I think about 80% of them involved yourself, Wild Work. This trade was Dodgen and Harry Bushwhacker. Dodgen received Parker Washington and the 201 and sent away the 109. So he moved back 3 spots for Parker Washington. I think this was a great win for Evan Dodge, and not really sure what Bushwhacker's thinking here, trading away Parker Washington, who's 23 years old and just broke out to move up 3 spots. But what are your guys' thoughts on this trade?
No, I think Loscano's looking at it from the fact that he probably did he pick him up off waivers? Did he get him for Fab?
I get you. Yep, the
Yeah,
value
so
in.
I think in his current shitstorm going on over there, he's just trying to flip whatever he can for a little bit of cap.
Mhm.
It's not going to help him out this next year when he's trying to shade more points. You know, it gets him off to Dodge, and Dodge's a believer and only had to move back 3 spots. I don't hate it. I think it's a win for Dodge.
Definitely a win for Dodge. You know, when's the Bushwhacker gonna start piecing together the team, though? See, the thing about rebuilding is at some point you have to build, you know? Yeah. He's gathering all the bricks, but he hasn't laid any. So I'm just, I'm very curious when he starts shipping away these picks, and if
Well,
he
it's
does,
kinda
and if
like
he.
going to the bar and seeing the chick, right? And you don't it's all about going to the bar, but it's never about actually doing or saying too much, right? But it's all about tonight at the bar and, "Oh, it's actually the next bar, but it's the one across the street." Well, we've gone to a couple different bars. It's about time for him to say something, so we'll see what happens. But, I'm not expecting him to take the foot out of the mouth anytime soon.
I think he starts firing off some shots, some trades with those high draft picks in 27. As soon as this season's over, do you think is that when he presses a big red button and starts flying?
Dude, he should, but like, but
Does he draft? Does he use all those draft picks to
that's what I'm saying,
there's
dude. I genuinely think that's an option for him. And Drew, if you're watching, like this is us like kind of nudging you in the right direction. I'm not sure if drafting all the rookies is the right move here. Um, I don't know like the math on the hit rates for that, but it's got to make a little sense to move some picks for players. You have to. You gotta get some real guys in there at some point. You can't just hope for the best. But I don't know. I have no idea what the real plan is. Um, yeah. Prayers up for Bushwhacker, man. I think he's made some other moves. Um, Cam, you want to talk about the back-to-back moves that eh, you were getting some heat in the chat, and I thought you made good back-to-back moves. I'm not saying, the thought process of initiating was the best, but what you did with the back-to-back moves, you gained value. Um, it's hard to decipher really, but basically you moved back a couple spots to gain an extra pick, right?
That's basically how it worked out, yeah. Yeah, so I think that initial trade with you was, it had the 202 I let the 202 go, but then I essentially got it back. Drew had given me I moved back 2 spots from the 109 to the 111, and I got the 203, right? So it kind of erased that two in my mind, it felt like it erased that 202 swap with you and that, Sam Darnold, Kyler
Yeah,
Murray.
you got Joe Mixon.
Yeah, we did get Joe Mixon. Good player. Hey, I'm just saying if the Minnesota Vikings pick him up or the Arizona Cardinals, you
Yeah,
know,
he'll
I'm gonna
get
like
picked up soon.
I'm gonna save it for Scottsdale. Nick, I'll see you over there, brother. We'll talk about Joe Mixon's value after the draft, when all the dust is settled. But I'm just saying,
Hey,
don't be
I got out at its peak, so I'm happy to be. I sent it off to Twang. Pretty sure I got Chase Brown in that trade. I think he actually blamed me single handedly for the downfall of the terrorist organization because of that trade.
He has blamed it all on Joe Mixon, actually. Um, which is interesting. He's a running back guy, if you haven't noticed, though. The Terriers hoards running backs like nobody's business. Doesn't matter if they're a 50-50 split guy or if they're an injury away. He loves running backs. Um, let's open up his roster, actually, while we're on it. He changed the name to Brissett and the Fraud and Company. Yeah, dude,
I'm just saying I don't
Javante,
think I'm
Derrick
comfortable
Henry.
here, you know.
What were you saying, Chip?
I think I've put my floor value in at roughly 10 this year. I don't think I can drop below the terrorist or the whacker. I just don't think it's mathematically. I don't know. I'd have to try pretty hard to do that. So I'm just saying, me coming and say there's a world. You doing the math a little bit over there in Disco Bay, starting to see where I'm coming from with this whole thing. Cause Kyle Lark, the recession. I'm just saying, anyways.
Yeah, I just don't see how Kyle Lark doesn't at least make the top 6 this year.
Are
And
you sure?
I'm telling you, we're all forgetting that
Diggs, Dallas Goedert, AJ Brown starting in the starting lineup.
if he's out though, Steph's in. Like, there's no like Steph's team. Come on, let's be real, guys. Let's be
32-year-old Dak Prescott.
I'm a Steph believer. I think he just puts together one of these years.
That's
I'm
fair.
terrified of his roster. If Christian McCaffrey plays half the season and it's the second half,
This one's another one that could just wheels come flying off the. I mean, Travis Etienne, that's hit or miss. McConkey, maybe it was a fluke. Jettas is getting terrorized.
come on, don't come on.
I'm just saying, CeeDee Lamb's getting broke off a piece by George Pickens. As Trust the Process has put on tape for us the last couple of years.
Lamb's wide receiver too.
Yeah, I agree with you,
And
Process.
I'm not even being sarcastic.
No, he is. He's the second best wide receiver in Dallas, which, there's something there. There's something that's worth something. I'm starting to call him CD Spam, actually, instead of C. You get it.
Hey, why does
But
Spam
again,
gotta catch strays like that?
well, but again, a 30-year-old, 31-year-old McCaffrey and a 5'9" fifth-round Mexican running back. Guys, I'm not bullish on this team. I'm not. They won 4 games last year. So, again, it is what it is, but
You know, whatever. Neither here nor there. He's gonna make the playoffs, and I'm terrified. I haven't
has he
been
done
wrong on
that
these
yet?
predictions. I haven't been wrong on the.
Has he made the playoffs yet? I'm just curious.
He would have made the playoffs if he traded for Christian McCaffrey 1 week earlier, or
So he
like
did. So he hasn't.
2 weeks earlier.
I see.
No, what he was doing was he was hoarding a bunch of firsts, and then he didn't decide to sell them until like the end of November.
But that's an element in this whole thing, right?
100%, 100%. Awareness is definitely a huge factor, but I would assume he's woken up now, not even cracking the playoffs with CD and Jettas. But I'm gonna turn the microphone over to Trust the Process. You did make a move this offseason. I was sitting here thinking you hadn't made a move, and then I opened up your roster and forgot you acquired Quinshawn Judkins, the Ohio State running back. Who hit up who? How'd this transpire? Was it easy? Let's talk about it, guys.
I mean, I'll start us off. I mean, it's helpful the other half is on the screen here with us today. I feel like I was interested in Judkins for a while. So it was a long process in that sense, but there wasn't much back and forth. At this point, I was basically like, I'd sent him one, I think, a week before this, got the framework a little bit. I know Cam a little bit now. We've gone back and forth. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to, meet me here, meet me there. None of that fugazi shit. So I was like, I basically was going to give it one shot. If it didn't land, then it wasn't going to land. But it landed, and it might have been an overpay. But at the same time, for what it does to my roster and potentially my future, unless he like completely falls off the planet, like I'll take it. So yeah.
Fair enough, Chip.
It could very well be a win-win.
Could be.
I'm pretty much in alignment here with Furrow. Again, he had a bit of an injury there. I think he's going to come back and be fine, but I had to consider that. And at the time, I don't think I had traded Jeremiah Love. There's been so many trades. Again, it's in the title, bad trades. You see it, but I can't remember. I don't think I had traded Jeremiah Love yet, so I was kind of doing the math there. I think it's all fuzzy at this point, but I don't even mind the trade really. De-risk. I got Trevion from you, and then of course he goes on this Twitter rampage. So it's every year the guy that I take just ends up being a complete fucking psychopath. But we're working on it. We're figuring it out.
There in the locker room.
I like the trade. I think it's like a build trade. It made sense for you, Noah, and why not do it for yourself, Chip? Keep the cash flow going. I mean, you got Pitts. He's coming off what was it, tight end 2 season. You might as well move him. You bought McBride. I like it. Sell Judy while you can. Get the first. Yeah. What'd you do with that first, Cam? You still got it?
What I went back and forth with for a while, and like, I in theory, and I don't know, like, can you give me your feedback? Like, I think I could have got this. Like, I think 2 seconds, like, would have been a fair deal for sure. My whole theory of adding that in, that first for the pick swap, was one, again, back to I just wanted to get this shit done, and two, back to my thoughts on the draft class for this year and that tier of players from where I was to where I am now. So I was fine with that. Was
Yeah,
that
no,
that was got me over the edge on my side for sure.
100%. I mean, you look at the draft this year, not many running backs after Jeremiah Love that are promising. I'm sure someone will hit, but nothing you could put your finger on right now. Um, Yeah, I definitely like it. I mean, that's a great mindset for anyone listening. You're probably gonna end up slightly overpaying for half the trades you get done. Maybe just come in already and be ready to pay and just wipe your hands clean, get the deal done, rather than the back and forth. Sometimes the back and forth ends up both parties are just like, "I'm off it. Like, I don't wanna do this. We're forcing it now." But initially, you had a plan and you stuck with it, so, kudos to you for getting a deal done there. That's exciting. Does this mean you're still gonna get trades done in Scottsdale?
Hey, when the margs start going, we'll see. We'll see, man. I'm one of the few that has a 27 first that competes still. I'm unlikely to give that away for obvious reasons, but you never know.
Where if anyone sells Drew any more 27 first, Imma lose if Drew gets one more, Imma lose my mind.
Is he a 7?
Yes.
That's it. I don't like this approach here from Butch because we all sat on these chats. I think it was last July, and we saw the whole bushwhacker dive take place live on a call, and you were pushing them towards 27, and now it's don't let them get more picks. Guys, again, the top of the league, the brass, don't let them control what you do. Don't let them make decisions for your front office, please. It's all an illusion. The elites run the world. We know it. And we're just seeing that reciprocated here in the meat market. So ignore what Butch says. And if you got some thirds you want to donate to the Wild Work Foundation, we're taking what we can get out here. So thirds, fourths, whatever it is, guys, let me know. I'm taking them.
I will say I'd love to see a little bit more movement out of I think most of the trades have been 4 of the teams. 4, maybe 5 teams. Would love to see some more movement towards the bottom. Make things a little bit interesting before the NFL draft. Make your bets.
Yeah, I agree. You're saying specifically in our league, there's only a couple of teams that make trades?
Well, just like you said, the flurry of trades in the past
Yeah,
month, I think we're mostly like 4 teams just throwing
probably.
players back between each other.
Or even
Yeah, just
just banter too. Like, I'm glad you responded to my text. I just wanted to make sure you read the group message, brother. And you're not on the golf course or in Japan the whole time, but enjoy the trip. Um, I digress though.
yeah, there's definitely some managers that could be making some more moves, but like Lark will make one splash play a year probably, and that's what he's good for. And that's just the way he moves. It's really LeBrand DeLorean and Chief Steve. I wish that would I think Stefan's just a little stubborn. Um, which, hey, man, like you were saying, Chip, maybe he doesn't make the playoffs and he learns from his past mistakes, or maybe he doesn't. Brandon Lauren, I think he just doesn't have the app downloaded. I need to do a better job as a commissioner getting on Brandon Lauren because it's getting a little ridiculous at this point, all right? For how much activity we have, and he's not involved in any of it. Riley Gary, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think we scared Riley Gary, and it's on us. Um, he had a fire sale, and I think people took too much advantage. And then,
That's what
uh,
we're doing. We're doing this again. So Butch airs the live execution of Riley Gary on the Meat Market Fantasy Network airways, and then he says we took advantage.
It's not the fucking red wedding.
Oh, I didn't.
I just build the platform. I don't make the
I'm pretty sure
decisions.
Noah Furrow strong arm robbed him for Trey McBride. This is a crock
You
of
know,
war shit.
off for Trey McBride.
Well,
Yeah,
Friedell's in
all
the
right.
bottom corner, and he
On
he
James
robbed him
Cook.
from Montgomery.
He had cucked me on James Cook too, so it was kind of like an even thing.
Riley Gary wants to get rid of a 29-year-old running back for, a third in Luke McCaffrey. He's a big Luke McCaffrey guy.
How dare you? How dare you? To to know that Riley Gary doesn't have a beat on the off-season NFL trade market, and you're a Texans fan, and to take advantage to that level, man. I'm just saying it's equivalent to me building the platform for the fire sale. It's got to be equivalent. I
Well,
can't
I
be.
will say,
How'd you get Dave Shannon to come?
What?
How'd you get Achane again?
Well, dude, hey, Tua was in the hospital. I mean, there was
I think
retirement.
was Kareem Hunt also a part of that trade?
Yeah, he was involved in that trade. Who was coming off of like
How dare
324?
you lecture me?
The trade at the time wasn't egregious. I just want to say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
A-Chain sucked and Tua was hurt. But you're right, that was a fleecing after a few weeks. So fair enough. I've lost some trades this offseason, actually. I sold Warren and the 109 for Brian Thomas and Gadsden.
I think you
I don't
won
know if
that
we
one.
can say we've lost some trades yet. We're in fucking April. You just bought players in the spring. We're saying we lost. No,
On
no,
paper,
no.
you
I mean,
know?
sure, yeah, we could throw it in the whatever fucking calculator, the free ones, the paid ones. They all say the same shit. Like,
Yeah, no, true enough. But I mean, at the end of the day, none of it really matters because we get to week 8 and it's Rico Dowdle, who's running back 5. So it's like all this is really fugazi because all of a sudden Michael Wilson has a 1,000-yard season. So it's like, yeah, whatever, you fleeced him, you didn't fleece him, what,
Well, at the end of the day, Trey McBride's no longer on his roster, and now it's Devon Achane. So I don't know, however you want to spin this one, but you fucking robbed him blind, and I'm calling you out on it.
that is a fair trade. You want to pull it up? It was I gave him a first.
I
I'm not
remember.
going to replay Riley Gary's murder on this podcast. I think we've dragging him through the mud. Riley, like I said, brother,
My God.
I'm here for you. I'm not in too different of a boat. So if you need to get a deal done, like I said, I'm looking for thirds and fourths. So just come on.
I'm hoping in Scottsdale, Riley's able to move some seconds and thirds because he got a lot of them.
Is he going to have some home court advantage out there? Like, is there going to be some local bars that Riley Gary's got the in on, and there's drinks going out, and who knows?
Covers a fourth.
That's what I'm saying.
He is an Arizona guy, so who knows? I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, and I think he was in Vegas before, so yeah, a little bit of a wild child in Riley Gary. Yeah, so I think there's just some teams that maybe there's reasoning behind their silence or their non-activity, but G Money Meyer, anyone got a read on Equipo lately? Does he care about football, or is he gonna wake up here in like August or so?
Is he still a part of the program, or is that just Katzen taking the reins now? Because I saw him schmoozing, sending out some, taking clients to dinner and schmoozing them with a basketball game. So I don't know. Just saying.
Passing of the torch.
That's what I think.
I mean, who really knows what's going on in Equipo's front office? We've been trying to figure it out for 2 years now. So I mean, no, you got any beat on Equipo? Has he talked to you about football?
I just I forgot I was on mute there. I was gonna say he's in Miami. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
See where his priorities
Oh,
lie.
I can't see. Hold on, G, hold on. Oh, all right. Well,
Yep.
you got a group of guys here saying what's up to you. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, G. That's all we needed, brother.
Well, we know.
Well, you heard it
Did he
here
say
first,
he'll see
fella.
us at the draft? He's been quiet for a reason.
That is exactly what he said.
Did he have a line in on our call? Is he listening? Did he know we were talking shit?
No,
I don't know
pulled
where.
him up there right at the end. Just wanted to see if I could get him on the horn, see if Katzen had him, if the cat had him in a cradle or whatever the expression is. But I think he's doing all right down there in Miami. We keep calling him and he's near Cuba. I don't know what that's
Yeah,
about.
what's up with that? That's the second time.
Fucking Jesus. G Money Meyer, again, I'm worried, guys. It's the off the field, right? It was never, it was never about what happened in the building. It was always outside of the building, right? It was always the noise, everything surrounding it. And you're getting a live look into what he's doing here on a Thursday night in April, a week outside of the draft. So keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying.
I'm getting visions of Garrett Meyer and Puka Nakua, just doing the same thing in different parts of the program.
You gotta wonder how much that front office. What are they on the books for a guy like Meyer with that front office? What's Katzen paying him, or is he paying Katz? I don't know how this whole thing's worked out, but he seems to have a lot of excursions. He's got some moves to make. If you pulled up his roster lately, guys like yourself, Noah, making moves, Nick obviously reloading, and Meyer hasn't really made a trade except acquiring Tyler Warren. Um, I don't know, man. I'm looking at his team. I'm a little worried. Has anyone looked at it recently?
Have not. Should we run through it really quick?
Pull it up right
Yeah,
now.
he's got. I'll start off with the draft capital. He's got no first till 2029. He's got a second in 2028. Okay, we'll leave it there. Caleb Williams, Bijan, Bucky Irving, Tedero McMillan, Romo Dunze, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Warren, Romeo Dobbs, Stu Stafford. I'm looking at the bench. Jaden Reed, Quinn Johnson, Coker, Kelsey.
Bunch of absolute fucking nobodies.
Completes my back just listening to his roster.
I mean, I just recall last year he was calling my team a Madden 2020 team. And then fast forward to now, and I mean, yeah, like he thinks his team might be better than like mine and some others in the league, but it's a fringe team. It's a competitive team if healthy. But like, Bucky's got, issues. The receiver room's eh. Tyler Warren, okay, tight end. Tua's on his team. Takes up a roster spot.
Oh, if someone can
Keon
find
Coleman.
what he
He
purchased
does have
Tua
Keon
for,
Coleman as well. I don't know if you're factoring that into your models and your predictions over there in Disco Bay Butch, but he has Keon Coleman rostered. Hollywood Brown, Holly Jack, as Meyer has him listed, or how about the Steed and Travis Kelsey? Interested? Can I interest you in the Steed? You in the market for some horse meat? Or how about Bucky Lennox
There's
as
some
a walking mental health issue? I don't know. There's something going on over there.
I got a feeling Katzen might get some deals done here soon. With the lack of draft capital and a lot of stock sitting in Tedero, Bijan, and Caleb, I get the thought process, but what it does is it makes you start Romeo Dobbs every week. Yeah, I'm hoping he gets some stuff done. I'm sure he's gonna shoot in Scottsdale. We'll see if he makes his shots, but I don't know, something to question because it's been quiet. Like Stefan's team is better than this team. Am I wrong?
I think so, but I think they're both risky. I mean, I think that I look at Steph's team and I'm just like, it's just risky. It could be the same thing as last year.
Yeah.
What could change? CD's still wide receiver too.
No one's gonna hold on to this George Pickens season forever. It's gonna be electric, bro. No, I had him the year he was good. I had him the year.
Yeah, he's gonna go down and be like, he's literally gonna be like Kyle Pitts, like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Be like,
But
no.
that one season that was electric. I'm curious if Pickens ends up being a Cowboy long term.
See,
Happens after this season. Guys, we're at the 40-minute mark. Are there any trades we want to talk about? Any activity? Any chit chat that's been going on in the group chat? You know, this is the time I open the floor and let you guys fire away.
can we pull up the draft order really quick?
We can.
Just quick,
Let me.
5-minute.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Let's take a game.
Let me open up the mock draft real quick.
Does Omar Cooper make it past the 1.9?
We'll find out at the end of this month if he's a Ram or a Niner.
Are pushing misinformation through all the channels that exist for the meat market. So I'm excited for this draft piece because I've got some misinformation to share with the airways.
Let me pull up the draft. All right, it goes myself at the 101. Are you able to share the screen? Do you have Sleeper open cam?
Yeah, I can. I think I can pull it up.
If you pull it up in if you do a mock draft in our league, it will pull it up and it will show who's actually on the clock.
That's a good call. All right,
Yeah,
let me pull this up.
Literally no one has their original pick besides Brandon. Like even in the second round, no one has their original pick.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually on this screen right now, and this is crazy.
It's actually absurd what's going on in the draft.
All right, here we are. Yeah, do you want to take this one away, Lock? Can you see? Can you
Yeah,
see it?
yeah. Myself has the 101, Bushwhacker with the 102. It's gonna be Brandalorian with the 103, Riley Gary with the 104, Dodgen with the 105, Brandalorian again on the clock with the 106, Bushwhacker with the 107, the Terrorist with the 108, Bushwhacker again on the clock with the 109, and then myself with the 1010. Chip, you got the 111, Ferdo with the 112, and that rounds out the first round. You guys can see how the second round looks. Cam, myself, Cam, Stefan, and Furrow, and that gets us to the 2-5. I remember like I want to say like a month or two ago, Dodgen had 3 first round picks. You can see he doesn't anymore. He only has one, that being the 105. What's going on with Dodgen's
What do you do
roster?
with,
Hold on.
he traded for,
Brian
what
Thomas. He acquired Brian Thomas. Huh, interesting. Um, I want to say that can you go back to the draft, Kev?
No.
Bad. I wonder what Bushwhacker does there. At the 102, does he take Mendoza, who's going to be on his beloved Raiders, or does he go with Ohio State's Carnell Tate? I got to assume those are the options at the 102. What do you guys think he does? Or does he trade it for a 2027?
It's going Carnell Tate for sure. I mean, Mendoza fucking stinks. So,
Okay, and then if Mendoza falls, Brandalorian has 2 starting quarterbacks. Does
yeah,
Mendoza fall to Riley Gary and Gary lucks out at the 104?
I would love to see that. That'd be great for his roster.
That'd
Dodge
be
Dodge is no chance getting him. There's no way.
He's not going to fall to
I mean,
that.
that's
well. If Mendoza falls to the 105, I will pay it. There's no way that value is crazy to me in Superflex. Even
really
if he's trash. I mean, for a whole year,
Jalen Naylor, piquing your interest over there in Vegas, or he's going to catch these balls.
he's not going to drop value though. Like even if he's bad, he's going to
I'll
start like
give him a game or two, and I might be seeing a different tune. He's pretty fucking horrific.
I was
Yeah,
just
I don't know. Riley Gary maybe takes him off the board there. I think Dodgen's going to do a lot and pretty much all that he can to make sure that he has a chance to take Mendoza there. I think at the 1-4.
Does Stefan not have a first round pick?
No,
Sitting at the 2-4 with his first pick in the same boat last year. He traded his picks, I think, right before the draft.
He drafted Tootin last year in the second round.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I'm interesting how this shakes up. I mean, it'd be funny if you take a screenshot of this and then actually we see what happens after we draft in Scottsdale, because I guarantee you this means nothing because it's going to be
yeah.
different.
Speaking of Scott, is there any clarity on how we're going to run the draft there? You thinking real big board? Are these picks timed? You got any? If you started to put that piece together, Butch, while we got everybody.
I'm workshopping some different ideas. Definitely not going to be a short clock. We're there. I want to finish the draft in one day. But I do want people to have time to maybe step in a room and get some discussions done. Board, we'll see what I can acquire. With traveling and whatnot. Nothing wrong with the TV screen and the little HDMI cord, but yeah, you'll have at least 30 minutes on the clock for sure. I'll work out the kinks, but TBD on the Scottsdale activities and agenda. My main focus right now is making sure Jeremiah Love ends up on the Commanders. So I've been sending as many DMs as I can to the organization, but neither here nor there. At the 45-minute mark, anything you guys want to get off your chest, say to the league, stake your claim, plant your flag, talk your shit.
Look out for Cam Ward because Jeremiah Love's going to the Titans. And that
What'd you
team's
say?
different in like 2 years. I'm saying 2 years. Look out. We can talk on the later date on that one.
Interesting. I do like Cam Ward. I just don't like the Titans as a.
I
If
don't
they
like
changed, if they changed their name and their jerseys and everything, maybe you could change my mind. But as of right now, as long as they're called the Tennessee Titans, I'm not.
Did they just do a rebrand? I think they just changed their logo.
Did they? They needed to.
I
That's
don't know. I'm not for sure on that. I'll double
Go
check
back
that.
to the Oilers.
Wild work. No
Don't
shots
don't
to
don't do Houston like that. That's Houston's thing.
True. True.
But I'm a Cam Ward believer. If he wants to dump the ball off to Wandale 95 times next year, fine with me.
Yeah.
You did pick him up, didn't you?
Fernell's out of his fucking mind again. I don't know what's in the air over here in
Trade
San
for
Diego.
Tillman.
Did Pharrell trade for Cedric Tillman?
Yeah.
I did, yeah. Yeah. That hit for a week. I think that was right before week one, right before kickoff. I hit up Meyer for Cedric Tillman, and he went off for like 18, and then fucking I don't think he scored more than 3 points the entire year.
He's had flashes. He's had flashes. A fellow Tennessee
I'd love to be a
volunteer.
fly on the wall in the Friedel household. 16 of that season and just hear some of the terms thrown around involving Cedric Tillman because I can imagine they were colorful. But Friedel, the one thing I do want to say is, we've gone back and forth, we've bickered a bit. I'm glad we got a deal done. Might have to run away from you over there in Scottsdale. We'll see what happens. But like I said, man, if you're feeling generous, charity third, charity fourth, I'm accepting them. So, let me know what you got. But, I've got Jalen Polks of the world if you're interested.
The who?
Darren Polk, wide receiver, New Orleans. I'm just saying, former second round. There's some pieces on this team. If you wouldn't mind giving me a second here to just shop this team around, but 30 seconds and I'll,
Yeah,
Oh
let's put it up
no,
on the screen.
can I
you're
pull this
good.
up? If you guys mind?
Maybe we
No,
can get
we're at 48 minutes. You got 2 minutes. Chip, go ahead.
Can I, would you mind me selling what I got here? Thanks.
maybe more for Luka.
Yeah, not available. You've stolen enough value from the lower class. But Josh Downs is available. Josh Downs, everybody, wide receiver, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, athlete.
How much?
You serious, Mark?
Maybe.
Charity third.
Why don't you just put your team up for sale and just ask them how much?
I mean, what's he worth to you? Value subjective. You got a second to burn, right? Things are good over there in sunny
Rounder, maybe.
Listen, you do well for yourself. You got a second to burn.
He's got
that value.
he does
you
have
add
the
to your piece.
205.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
Those numbers make perfect sense to me.
we can move on.
All right, fair enough. Like I said, Baker Mayfield. But what I wanted to get to down here, guys, JJ McCarthy, looking for a charity third, late second. JJ McCarthy, Deshaun Watson might be a starter this year. I could package you up something nice between the two of them. Then, of course, don't forget about the RB2 in San Francisco, Guerindo.
At least say his fucking name right. Jesus,
That was great. That was great. No, keep going, Cam. Keep going.
Isaac Guerindo. There's some talent. Like I said, Jalen Polk, former second rounder. And of course, I'm rounding out the field here with Judy, Sinnott, Helm, and Otten. So sweet little 4-piece deal there. Friedel, come on, Otten.
Has the highest snap share out of any tight end in the league.
I see right here, 70% owned, 22% start. I mean, I'm just saying, Friedel. Can we not act like there's no value to be had there between those four? I'm curious what they're worth to you, all four of them there between Judy, Sinnott, Helm, and Otten.
Not a whole, but Butch, are you going to make me sit through this any longer? Are you going to call it?
We are at the
This
50-minute
is making me
mark.
sick.
We are at the 50-minute mark. I'm sorry, Chip. I'll let you give your 2 cents. Thank you guys all for hopping on. I'm excited to see what happens in the draft this end of this month, and we'll probably be running a live stream. So hopefully you guys hop on again. Good luck to everyone out there in the meat market and make some moves, but make them wisely.
Cheers, gentlemen.